Hey guys, this is Hawk. Welcome back to the channel and to Tiny Bookshop. As we left off last time, today is the flea market. Now, I don't actually know. Let's see. We were at the Mega March last time, and this is what we sold. That's fine. We've got $36, and I'm going to try to hang on to that just because of the fact that, well, we have a quest right now to buy like 7 items or something like that from the flea market. Plus, we need $22 to go there. So all we need to do here, I believe, we need fact, classic, and fantasy books. And you can see one of 7. I didn't even know that we bought one. Oh, no, that's right. We did. We bought something from Tilda. We bought the little box that we put the second set of books in. All right. So fact, classic, and fantasy, correct? Double check. I don't remember how we did with other items. Let's take some extra classics along, buddy. All right, I believe that is good. I did double check everything in the actual shop itself. I'm not taking anything out, but I'm not putting this thing in because this is plus 15 to travel in fact, but then minus 10 to all others. So the fact would help us today. However, it would not do well for like the classic and the fantasy. So basically this is going to be limited for the most part. The demo tape's going to be limited to the waterfront. So let's go ahead and head off to the flea market. And we'll double check what people have to sell. Have a look around, I guess. Copper jug. Plus 15% to plant effects, plus 3% danger, and plus 1 daily expense. I could probably do that. This baby doll is a little creepy. By the way, I did a little bit of a deep dive with ChatGPT after I recorded the first 3 episodes. The danger that I kept mentioning, I had no idea what that was all about. Basically what that is there's different types of customers, and they're not specifically noted when you come across them, but some of the customers like cozy experiences, and some of them like are a little more edgy, and they might like dangerous experiences, and that's apparently really all that is. It just, some types of customers will appreciate that and some will not. I'm not swarmed with customers right now. Yeah, plants, I would like to know what you're selling. Oof. I like these. I think we had run into those before. This is 2% to crime. This has a daily expense, but it would be good for kids, classic, and fantasy. All right, let's go check. Let's see if Tilda, do you have any? Oh, you're not at your shop. All right, what about you? Art dealer, bonjour. All right, I can't afford your paintings. Maybe I'll get some paints today. Maybe cadmium yellow. I don't know. We just have to buy some items for the quest with Harper, so. All right, Tilda, what you got going on? Did you say hi to Buddy on your way in? Want to play? Roll over. Oh, there goes Klaus. Guess he doesn't know that one. That's okay. Ah, yes, I've heard you made the acquaintance of my Mary. She has a great sense for business, much more than I've ever had. It runs in the Devoir family, you know. The Liberté has been with them for 2 centuries, and Miriam always managed to stay on top of those decades of paperwork while still working out front with the customers. It's quite the incredible feat, although she has enough employees that she would do well to rely on a little more. But I think she has a hard time letting go of the reins, so to speak, and refuses to speak of retirement at all. But who am I to tell her what to do? I gave up on that years ago. That's really for the best. So I don't want to jinx it, but I think I'm actually starting to like the song drafts. I finally told Lux, our drummer, that I've been doing some songwriting. They've been begging me to show them. But I reckon I want to wait until Moira is back because I don't want to do this without her. You might have noticed that I can be a bit scatterbrained, and Lux is even worse. So Moira is our de facto leader, but she went on a big backpacking tour this summer, so the band's been on a bit of a break. Anyway, once she's back, we'll go for it. For the whole album release and all. If she likes my song, that is. I hope she liked my songs. Oh, another thing I meant to ask. Your books are all secondhand, right? Got some room for a donation? Because I found some old music learning material, just a few small booklets, but if it inspires someone else to pick up music, that'll be dope as heck. 21 fact books. I will take them. Thanks, Klaus. Okie dokie, thanks for taking those off my hands. I'll be on my way now. Cheers. I was going to say stick around and buy a couple things. Here we go. Let's get the coffee going. All right, let's go ahead and help Klaus out. Want to do a deep dive? Don't mind a dry book. Do you have anything I'd like? Oh, so we're definitely in fact here. Chemical chaos. Chemistry's confusing. Chemistry lessons are boring. Fred, not for this book's not about the bits you learn in school, but the funny bits, the fascinating bits, and the bits that end up in blasts and bangs and dodgy discoveries. There you go. Chemistry is definitely a deep dive. He wanted niche? Did he say niche? Oy vey. We've messed up already. Sorry, Klaus. One of the things that I have noticed is that I probably should be paying attention when I get the recommendations and there's that little buff. I noticed when I was editing that actually those buffs that they reset if you don't. How to explain this? So if it ticks only halfway down and you get another recommendation, you take that recommendation, it restarts it right then and there. So if you wait for it to run the whole way out and then take the next recommendation, you get more of a benefit from it in my mind. So anyway, hey there. Oh, wow, look at that fantasy section. So you're joining the flea market today. I wanted to buy one of those CDs over there, but, well, they seem busy. I don't want to be a bother. I found some gems here before, but you have to have some luck. Anyways, well, it was good to see you. Bye. Okay. All right. Coffee. Have some coffee, everyone. All right, Fern. I'm a huge sci-fi nerd. I wouldn't mind challenging myself to a really long read. 11/22/63 is one of my all-time favorites. I remember us having that in the store. Oh, 988 pages. Sci-fi. Seven Kingdoms, Lands of the ASIOIA Alliances. I don't know if that's sci-fi. It kind of sounds castle-y, I guess. This is a castle. Okay, wizard. That's dystopian. And these aren't... Okay, here's... sorcery. I'm looking for something long. He said... I wouldn't... Well, he says I wouldn't mind challenging myself to a really long read. Maybe that's not... I remember 11/22/63 was really long. We looked at it briefly. How is my crimes... Oh, Tilda was here. My crime stuff's basically gone because Tilda was here. Just kind of looking at lengths of books right now. All right, so we've got a Storm of Swords. And then a Feast for Crows. But I think these are both a Song of Ice and Fire. Yeah, they're both a Song of Ice and Fire. I don't know if this stuff is sci-fi. Do I try it? This is another thing I went down the ChatGPT rabbit hole with. Trying to figure out which is better. If you have something you don't think quite matches, do you try it or do you back out on it? And I kind of figured, but basically it is better to back out. I guess there's a chance they will continue shopping. Let's try it. Yeah, that was what I was worried about. All right. Hey there, you are. I wanted to talk to you if you don't mind. Look, I'm a little embarrassed for getting involved in my plant rescue scheme last time. I'm sure it must have been a lot to have some stranger hand you a big plant, although it looks really good there. Maybe I did make one good choice that day. I have to admit I was feeling a little reckless. The long summer break must be getting to me. How so? Well, you know, I function best on routine, so whenever I have a long break from uni, I sort of, well, fall apart. Yeah, I don't know, just feeling a little irrational lately, but it's fine. Yep, all good. Once my plant science classes start again, I'll be just fine. Anyway, all my friends are gone for the break. You know, fancy holidays on boats, planes, and the like. So that's probably why I can't stop babbling to you. Sorry about that. I'll leave you to it for the day. Yeah, see you around. Oh, Tilda's just now leaving. Okay. I need a good recommendation here. Okay, where's my cursor? There it is. I lost it there for a second. What a heck of a week. What a week. I'd love an advice or self-help book. However, I'm afraid of most animals. Wired for story. Learn cool things about how brains work, the function and impact of story, and boost your writing. That's a memoir. Here we go. The Mini ADHD Coach, tools and support to make life easier, a visual guide. That's an advice or self-help book. There's no animals. Have we covered everything this time? Because I've been getting hit with that lately where I don't necessarily see things, and like we just had that thing today. So this. If somebody pops up now before this is done, then, you know, it overlaps and you lose some of the recommendation, you know, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I need your help choosing. Okay. What you got going on, Harper? Fact books. Biographies are boring. Do you like to learn to cook? Here, learn to write. I must be the only one with that book. You might be. Let's go over here and see what Tilda's got for sale. Ah, what are you looking for? 28% to newspapers. When do we sell newspapers? People might buy an... Oh. You get 3 gold when you sell a newspaper. It's 4 daily expense, but people might buy a newspaper after buying a fact book. And there's 3% to customer count. I like that. Because you sell 2 newspapers and you've already more than paid for like that daily expense. Ooh. I'll be back, Tilda, if I make $5 more. I'm unfortunately buying the very expensive stuff. Okay, I've got enough money for it. All right, let's go over and grab it. Cool. Got ourselves a newspaper rack. All right, I've only got 16 gold. I was going to say, unless one of them buys a bunch of stuff here, I'm not going to be able to afford this guy's $25 thing. Did I have enough money for paint? I think the, pricey? How dare they? I should charge them just for looking. I could buy this. I don't really want forest shade, though. Especially not since that would leave me with $1. All right, I have no money. What is this? Display table. The safest way to display 3 precious manuscripts to the curious public. For every manuscript on this table, 2% to classic, 2% to fact. If this table is filled with manuscripts, 1 collector will come by today. Where do you get more manuscripts? Because I have one. I have the one we wrote with the typewriter. I have no money for any of this stuff, though. Okay, we sold 0 kids' books and only 1 travel book. So it was a good decision to not take almost any of those along. Songwriting breakthrough, Silence Libri, frontman Klaus finds lyrical inspiration. All right, I don't know where we're going today. However, let's put our newspaper rack in. Or should we put it on the inside? Maybe there. Sure. That looks a little silly. Can we... It makes more sense to have the coffee pot up there, right? There we go. Okay, I mentioned that we should paint. We've been sticking with this color for a while now. So let's go ahead and do this. That is bold. Yes, as bold. Let's go with it. All right, we just need to check where we're going. Nothing going on today. Now, we still have Okay, so we bought 2. We have to sell 15 drama books at the Lighthouse. We also needed to go back to the Mega March. So is today Sunday? Today is Sunday, so we should definitely not go there. So maybe then instead... Bonfire in Summer 28. You know, we get a lot of money when we go here. This, it looks like we're basically done with. I was trying to figure out these, by the way, and I don't know why I was being silly about it, but this just means I've got 5 out of 5 of the stamps that go on this page. All right, what else is coming up here? So today's the 21st. What is this thingy? Oh, the flea market. Okay, and there's the bonfire. Okay, we will go to Cafe Liberté, is I think where we're going to go. And classic drama and crime. I'm not taking much of anything else. We'll take some fact books because we tend to run into Klaus there. We'll take some travel books for the same reason. We tend to... I feel like we just ran into a lot of crime books. Do we only have 5 crime books left? That is awful. There we go. Wait, I've already got extra classics. Take some drama. We're taking... Oh, we should take some fantasy, though. There we go. Let's do that. So I got 15 happy tourists. Plus 2 tourists will come by today. Okay. There comes Harper. It's starting to rain. I hadn't even looked at the weather. Oh, that was Fern. Okay, nice. All right, Fern, let's try to do better than yesterday. Latest headline, can't live without sci-fi. Also, I love to read something classic. Can't get enough of Napoleon of Notting Hill. That doesn't sound very sci-fi. Just saying. Must read for fans of literature, absurdity, and sci-fi. First in the Thursday next series. Prison Criminal Mastermind, blah, blah, blah. Can't live without... Love to read something classic. You know what? You want sci-fi. You're getting sci-fi. You better take it. Ugh. I feel like I've failed a lot of Fern's most recent recommendations, so I'm at least glad that that's working. The dog seems to wear this little sweater on days when it rains. So cute. Oh, hello. It's nice today, isn't it? I'm enjoying the cool breeze out here. Summer might be coming to an end, but that reminds me, I have an invitation for you. The youngsters have been organizing a bonfire at the beach for the last night of summer. It's always great fun. I'm sure you've made some friends by now. They will want to see you, and of course, I shall like to see you there as well. It's been a great help to us townsfolk ever since you arrived. This is what our Bookstonbury community is all about. We rely on each other, and I am very happy to know that we can rely on you too. Okay, we got some coffees going. That's good. Harper's on her way out. All right. I don't know if we've sold any... Well, we know if we sell a newspaper. All right, I need something for an essay. All right, what do you need? Something to do with real life. I have to get out of the house. Give me a travel book. You asked that the one day I don't bring travel books, huh? This is a stretch, but I'm going to try it. So this is about Hawaii before the kingdom was overthrown and annexed as a territory of the United States, a unique and informative autobiography. So it is to do with real life. It's not specifically about travel, but it is related to, like, another state and, you know, the history of it in the United States. Oh, nice. That actually worked. So like I said, will I see if there's a newspaper sold? Bye, Tilda. There you are. I have something prepared for you. Since it seems your business is doing well enough, I think it is time to welcome you into our circle. You see, I am the chairwoman of the the Buxtonbury Local Association of Business Leaders and Administration. You're the chairwoman of blah blah. Do you know that? Blah blah. We support each other in small business matters, and Tilda and I agree that you would be a good fit. However, before I can officially admit you, I must be sure that you can adhere to our standards. The pillars of business that uphold our association are not to be trifled with. Some of them have been in place since 1798, but we'll see if you can master them. Next time you come by the Liberté, we'll begin our little business course. I will see you then. Bye. All right. We're about out of coffee. All right, let's go ahead and try to get a recommendation here. I need a fact book because I want to acquire knowledge and I want something from this century. An Explorer's Guide to Georgetown is one of my all-time... Okay, why are you guys totally ruining my whole process today? I didn't bring travel books. Didn't even bring many fact books. All right. Do any of these... Would any of these fit? Tender and grotesque. Mature poetry collection is split into two parts, meat and lovers. Okay, well. I don't have any fact books, and like for the most part, my next go-to would probably be the travel section. Ooh, The Giver. Have you guys ever read The Giver? There's Ella Enchanted. Ooh, The Shining. We definitely need more crime books. All right, what is this about? Discover the secrets of Georgetown in this fun and beautifully illustrated guide. Explore its history, indulge in local cuisine, and soak up the vibrant lifestyle. I don't have anything. I'm not gonna try it. So that was Miriam. Okay, so she did leave. Let's brew some more coffee. I still got some people in the shop, and there's still some people coming in. Try to get a good recommendation here. I'm looking for a book about nature. However, I think books with animals are cringe. I really enjoyed 1,000... What is with all the travel? There's not supposed to be travel here. Okay, book about nature. Meat lovers is not quite nature. I mean, sort of, but in a very circuitous way. That's maybe not as much about nature as I would have liked it to. What was on this page again? This fantasy? Dickens at Christmas East of Eden. Retelling of Genesis set on a California farmland in 1865. This complex novel centers on the timeless struggles of two families exploring themes of rivalry, identity, and love. That's as close as it gets. Let's try it. Okay. All right, so we do have inspiration now. We've got 4 people in the shop, and they're also buying coffee. No travel book. Indeed, I didn't bring... Oh my god, what is with the travel books? There's not supposed to be a whole surge of, like, people looking for travel books at this place. I need more shelves, is really all that it... is really what it boils down to. I need to get more shelves because then we won't have to limit ourselves to only bringing, like, we've sold tons of crime here in the past. We've sold 8. Don't get me wrong, that's still a lot, but there's like 7 left. Holy cow, I sold 14 classic books? Okay. Well, we made $131. I mean, that's great. So, ready to go home, buddy? I would love to get this table, but we've got a very limited time with which to get it yet. So if we look at the calendar, today's the 22nd, and I have to have that. It says you have to get them before the end of the season. But that means I need a lot. I've only got 12 crime books. Oof. Okay, then we should probably try to go places that don't have crime until we find... I'm gonna try to limit myself, like, with the buying books. And try to maybe save up. Oh gosh, I'm running out of fantasy, though, as well. You know what? I'm still gonna try it. We can still go places. So what did I just say? I'm short on fantasy and crime. What does not have fantasy and crime? You, but I don't think that's any better because I don't think I've got... Well, actually, I do have a lot of travel and fact. I don't have anything to do there, but don't want to go here because that's crime, even though somehow everybody wanted fact and travel yesterday. This is fantasy and crime, so let's avoid Far Beach. This is also crime at the Mega March. Crime at the Lighthouse. And fantasy at the Fleet. Okay. Waterfront it is, folks. All right, if we're going to the waterfront, let's put in the boombox. All right. Waterfront. That might be overkill. Let's get some crime. I do have the ability, like, I have the ability to actually recommend classics. I still would like to take more travel books. It's still not as built out as I would like it to be. We need to find more shelving. And if it helps you understand why we were limited on shelving, you have to wait for it in either this section or you have to get it from like Tilda at the flea market. So we bought this from Tilda at the flea market our first week there, but we haven't seen any shelving since. It's not raining today, so Buddy doesn't have his shirt on. What's going on, Walt? Oh, looks like you managed to make a true friend of our little stray. The two of you make a great pair. Are you not selling things? It's a right shame this, don't you think? Coming here every month with this piece of rubbish they call a ship. Calling it continent, and no decent vessel should be as large as a continent. They're disrupting our bay's ecosystem with all the noise and those oils. We won't be able to fish for weeks, what a shame. Wish there were something we could do. Yeah, bloody tourists. Oh, don't let them folk hear you. They'll leave you a bad review or something. All right. Are you not selling anything today? I mean, I don't know that we need anything, but let's get that going. And I think you have to actually play Klaus's boombox. So how did you like the fish market? It was grand having you there, but now I suppose it's time to fully initiate you into our circle. Here, let me teach you how to fish. Just kidding. There's no fishing for amateurs here in Buxtonbury. It'll be better if you just keep to the book trade, eh, kiddo? Where are you selling? Can you... Yes, please. Shelf. It's $2.50. Okay, I can't afford that. Sorry, Walt. I would love to have it. Wow, we are jamming out with Klaus here. How long does that play?
Oh.
Wait, you got a dog? Oh my gosh, why didn't you tell me? You literally walked by him like 5 times now. He's so cute. Hi, cutie. Oh, I think he likes me. Oh, I clicked too soon. I forgot what I was doing, but it doesn't matter now. My new mission is to pet this baby. Agreed. That is 100% what you should be doing. Give me a hand, all right? I prefer books from this century. I'm partial to a good fantasy novel. I did bring a couple of those. 1997. I mean, this one truly, I've run into this before, trying to figure out, so this is technically of the fantasy genre. However, like, this one doesn't scream fantasy to me. Like, again, I think fantasy, I think Lord of the Rings, like with the hobbits and the swords and the wizards and stuff like that. So this one actually kind of matches better, and it was actually... Wait a second. These are not technically this century. This would be this century. I don't know why I was thinking 1900s was part of this century. You know what? I'm going to try it anyway, I think. Okay. Yeah. I'm assuming that's why it wasn't a full, like, I love it kind of thing. If you ever needed some fresh local goods, you know, there are other markets beside the dreadful Mega March. We have our flea market, of course, but you should also drop by the fish market sometime. You won't necessarily find the most exotic seafood, but our Walter and the other fishers are making sure the local sea life populations are kept in check before they go out of balance. It's essential for the ecosystem of the bay, I hear. Don't think the Megacore people would care about that, do you? Anyways, it's a good market. You just might have to get used to the smell a bit, dear. Oh, gosh. 2 recommendations at the same time. All right, Tilda. I haven't read... I'm looking for a crime novel. I love all kinds of different books about travel. So... these don't necessarily talk about travel. This one does talk about him growing up in a town. It doesn't tell us which town. This is Shady Hollow, but I don't know if that's an actual place. Or if that's, like, fictional. So let's try this. Okay, I suspect it's because it was not about travel. Okay. We're gonna let this die down a little bit here. Again. Okay, there we go. What a week. I wouldn't mind something with a detective. I prefer books from this century, and I could go for a tragic story. Something with a detective from this century. He's stretching it here a bit, because... when I think the tragedies, I kind of think of like the Shakespearean plays and those types of things. And we've run into this before if it's not quote-unquote tragic enough. This I don't think is quote-unquote tragic enough. However, it is from this century and it has a detective. So we're gonna go with this. Oh, he does love it, though. Okay, good enough. All right, so Klaus's music, the recommendation, the coffee is... somebody just bought a newspaper. Did you see that? I saw it fly up on the screen. More coffee. All right, Klaus's music, even though we don't hear it, is still going. I need your help choosing. Your recommendation ended. So let's go ahead with Harper. Told how to facts. Oh my gosh, we've not sold very many fact books today. No interest in biographies. Yep, here you go. Code breaking. Learn cryptography, Harper. Come back and teach it to me. All right, so now we've got inspiration, coffee. We've got Klaus's music. Where are the fantasy books? Can't win. I can't win. I don't know if anybody bought anything after we brewed that. Well, we're at 213. I needed to get to 350. So we sold all of our drama, all of our fantasy. We sold all but one of our classics. 12 travel, 4 crime, but only 6 fact books. Interesting. So we ended at 213. We still wouldn't have even had enough for Walt. This is pretty cheap. It's 15. I really want to get to 350. Fact books is not what we needed. Okay. All right, so we still have some fantasy. Where was the place that was fantasy but not crime? Definitely not here. Oh, it's the flea market. I can't go to the flea market. It's just all of these places, literally every one of these places are crime except for the waterfront. And we're going to the waterfront tomorrow because of the fish market. We've got 8. I guess we could take 8 along. Space stories. That sounds like fact. Probably kids' books. These might also be kids' books. I'm too cool for these now. I don't know. Oh, guys, where are we going? Where's the Mega March? What is that? Crime, drama, and travel. Okay, fine. We'll go to the Mega March. We'll finish out the, That is all of them. All right, so we've got 13 of each of those. I don't think we sell kids' books here, do we? I need to take fact books along because of Klaus. Klaus always comes when we're here. All right, classic and fantasy are going to fill out the rest of these. Okay, you ready to go, buddy? Let's head off to the Mega March. There we go. Visit the supermarket 3 times. We didn't. You can also buy books and items while out and about. I had no idea, but they were put into your storage and you can access them. I didn't know that. It's Tuesday. We should be good. I'm panicked there for a second because I didn't see anybody. I see Harper coming. Oh, guys, we didn't take out the... Oh, wait, this is while the tape is playing. There's 15% to fact and travel, otherwise -10, so we just don't play it. Now, I mean, we're paying extra for it, so I mean, that part's bad, but... Oh, arf, oof. Huh? Usually dogs understand me just fine. I thought yours might be shy. Anyway, I just talked to my Uncle Klaus. Oh, he's your uncle? And he told me I'm allowed to ask as many questions as I want. So I asked him how he became my uncle and how I grew in my mom's belly and why we don't fall off the earth if it's moving so fast. Okay, that's a lot of complex questions. And he just had a laugh, and I don't know what that means. Where is everybody? I was gonna say, did I legitimately come on a day when, like, there's nobody here? Yo, I'm really glad you rented this parking spot here, you know? It's cool to have someone to hang out with during breaks. Speaking of, you know who else is super happy that you rented here? My boss, Cassie. She says we've been getting more customers since you set up shop, which is why she wants me to invite you to come on Monday. Okay. We always have this thing called Mega Savings Day. There's loads of discounts to rope in more customers. I mean, it's quite stressful for me and the gang here, but for you, it should be pretty lucrative, eh? Okay, we're finally starting to get some people here. I'm gonna wait till some of these people get closer to the shop for the recommendation because they fall off so fast. All right, Harper. A book about plants or rocks or animals as long as it's about nature. Prefer fact. Here you go, Harper. Frequently asked questions about the universe. Maybe this will answer your questions that you were asking your Uncle Klaus. So I guess travel would work here. About nature. That's about an architect. That's cooking. Songs and shanties about Buxtonbury. Oh, this is about graveyards. Pictures from Italy. How are none of these talking about... Okay, here we go. I was gonna say, how do we get, like, no travel books that are talking about the actual locations? Here we go. Icelandic volcano check at the Earth's core. That's books about... There's animals there. It's talking about dinosaurs. It's about nature. It's factual. There you go. Okay, well... You only liked it. You didn't love it, but... Get some coffee brewing. Have some coffee, Klaus. There you go. He's still shopping. For all the travel and fact books that I brought along. I wish there were kids' books left. If you get me more shelving, I will happily bring kids' books. You're the... Okay, I couldn't figure out which speech bubble it was. Give me a play. Rip My Heart Out. Classic. I did notice while I was editing, there was one of the books I was talking about that said, I don't know if it's a play. And it literally said in the description that was about, it's a play. I skimmed these, if that helps answer that question. "18 romances where love and desire intertwine." I don't know if any of these are plays. Dramas can be plays. Let's look through those. It's about a hockey league. Collection of poems. A tragic play about the strength of familial love and consequences of defiance. It's a tragic play. It is a play that is tragic and rips your heart out. It's not classic. It's what I have. Okay. Whew. Oh, hang on. Let's let this tick down. Okay. Short and sweet books, and I wouldn't mind something with the detective. Also, something from a series would be... Okay, well... You're gonna be super limited here. So, short and sweet. I'll start looking at page counts for starters. Because that seems to be the top thing right now. They wouldn't mind something with a detective, and also something for a series would be nice. This is short, but it's not a series. Probably fact books is not the right place to be. Sylvia Plath. That is not a part of a series. It also doesn't have a detective, so... Did we look at this? Yes. I don't think I've got anything for you. I'm gonna doubt any of this is what we need. That was the shortest one I've seen so far, 165. Definitely doesn't have a detective. Nope. Don't have it. Sorry. My bad. Oh, but you need some inspiration, so let's go ahead and talk to you. New hobby. A new hobby. You know, let's check in the travel books. Here, we've ran into this before, the Travel Skills Handbook. Make the most of your time in Europe by acting like you already do. Let TV famous travel guide Rick Steves teach you how to connect with locals, avoid scams, and have a... Well, that's not a hobby. I thought this was actually like making things. Here, cooking. There you go. Start cooking. All right, now we've got a good recommendation. So that should help some. Only at 77 in sales, unfortunately. No kids' books, huh? No, I don't have any, I'm sorry. This is a bad time to brew some coffee. Definitely a bad time because everybody just walked out of the store. Ah, you haters. Have a coffee on your way out. All good, buddy. We don't need them. Let's go home. So miscellaneous nonfiction is probably fact and travel. These are discounted, but I don't want to spend any money. Today's the fish market, too. Now, this is an interesting question. If I go back and Walt has the shelf, do we go shelf or do we go display table? How many days do we have left? We would have flea market, but I don't know that we're going to get that much money in that amount of time. We would need 350. Oof. You're killing me, game. All right, all good. No more books. We're going to the waterfront. We've got fact and travel books. All right. I think we did like a shelf and a half of fact and travel. And then let's clear all those. I have one crime book to take. There. We'll take that along. Well, let's take some classics. Take 3 of those. I'm not taking kids' books. I'm just not doing it. Somehow Fern always shows up and wants fantasy books. Let's take some drama. And then I just have a boatload of fact books. Wait, why do I only have one classic? Was that an oops? Maybe that was an oops. Okay. That's what I have, and we've got Klaus's thing to take along. I think we're good to go. All right, Walt, have a look, matey. It's not here today. The raw fish is in its place, though. This I remember being good. So, excellent. Whoops. I keep forgetting you don't escape to get out of that menu. It's only $12, so I figured that was probably okay. All right. Little seagull. Is there another shell back here? Still don't know what we're doing collecting the shells, but now that we're not collecting them for Harper, I guess, I mean. Get coffee going, get music going, and try to get some inspiration here. Whodunits are having a comeback. I enjoy literary fiction novels. I can't get enough of the body in the library. This is the lady with the deadly pies. Pies. Have pies, Tilda. She might have been the one I gave that to previously. She's gonna have problems with her regular. I was gonna say she normally toggles back and forth between prime and classic, and I just don't have that. Wait, did she not buy that? No, she did buy it. Okay. That was weird. All right, there we got some coffee going again. Nobody else needs a recommendation? Klaus's music is still going. Let's get a recommendation here for Harper. Cool animals, factual. We have to have one that's Madame Bovary's ovaries. Weird and wonderful, curious, incredible facts that will blow your mind, but that's not about animals. Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs and... Oh. Nope, that is literally the book that you said you enjoyed. I didn't bring any kids' books. Do any of these have? I didn't even think about that. Maybe the travel books. That's cooking. There are some books that I think there's one of them it keeps popping up. It's about like it's about an animated fox or something like that. Oh, Insurgent. That was a good book. I seriously have, like, no books about animals, huh? Except for the one that she's read. Alright, guys, I went back through them all and took a second look at this Madame Bovary's Ovaries, a Darwinian look at literature. This book will take you on a tour of literary classics seen through an evolutionary biologist's lens, sharing interesting facts about animal and human biology, sociology, and culture. So, she said it's a factual book. It does actually discuss animals. It doesn't... I don't know if it's going to be loads of them, but let's try it. Oh, nice. It did work. All right, so we've now got recommendation. Or inspire customers. Oh, hi, your shop looks so lovely today, although you could use a few more plants if you ask me. Can I ask you if you have a favorite plant? I have no idea what this is, so garlic. Yes, so practical and delicious. Yeah, I know, I love garlic. I put garlic into everything, and then I tell myself that it keeps me healthy. It's supposed to be good for your heart, to be fair. Thanks so much for indulging me. It was so much fun to talk botany with you. I really needed that. We should do it again sometime, all right? See you soon. Buy some books, Anne. Yo, it's getting a bit chilly, right? Can't wait to show off my new cardigan soon. I've been knitting this from this cool pattern my granddad's. You're a knitter? Has these really wide arms, so it kind of makes you look like a bat. I don't know, could be a dope look for autumn. Anyway, check this out. There's going to be a dope beach bonfire on the 28th since it's the last day of summer. We should check it out together. Then I can finally introduce you to a few friends of mine. You should play. What? You mean play something from the concept album? Crikey, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet, but I suppose I could try. Get over my fears and all. Man, all right, I'll get to practicing then. You're a pretty good motivational speaker. Did you know that? Thanks for your faith in me. Kind of makes me want to write more now. Hope we'll see you on the 28th then. Later. Oh, Klaus's stuff is done. Get it playing. We still have some people in the shop. Let's get some coffee going. So this person's leaving. There's some coffees. There we go. And Fern just bought a coffee. Did Fern even talk to me today? Fern's always looking for fantasy. Oh, guys, we're so close. We're so close. I needed 350. Which kind of breaks my heart right now because the fish was 12. Where's the boat? If I wouldn't have bought the fish, we would have 350. Dang it. I didn't figure, like, it was supposed to boost the maritime stuff, and I figured that would help us sell more. So, of course, maybe that... You can always do the if you know, the if only kind of things, but yes, maybe that is... I didn't, What I was trying to say is that possibly I might not have made that much money if we didn't have the fish. Okay, we have no crime. So at the waterfront, we sold 0 kids books, 1 classic, 1 fantasy, 1 drama, and 1 crime. So we sold 13 fact and 12 travel. And I'm afraid we might be going back there again today because of the fact that anywhere else I go, I need crime books. I might be trying to min-max this too hard, but... Okay, you know what? Let's get these books from ages 7 to 9. Maybe there'll be some crime in there. Nope, all kids. That's the problem, is like, plays is probably going to be a bunch of classic and maybe some drama. Nonfiction is probably going to be fact and travel. And space stories, if I had to guess, is probably fantasy. So I don't even have anything that's crime related. All right, fine. Yeah, I think it's going to be waterfront again because that's what we have the books for. Tedious, I know, however. There we go. Can't take any crime, so we'll take some drama books. We'll take some classic. Let's take some fantasy for when Fern inevitably shows up. Some more travel. We're just about out of travel. That is the end of our travel books, as a matter of fact. It says we're down to 0. Oh, we got something new, apparently. What did we get? There we go. Put our fish in. I wonder why that didn't auto-equip. Well, I think a lot of times those types of things auto-equip. All right, back to the waterfront. Oh, I just realized this. I probably should have ended the episode. You're getting an extra day here, folks. Because I should have already ended the episode, and I did not. Ew. Mine. Maybe I should have put that inside. Okay, well, I made all the seagulls angry. What have you done? I don't know. I just... All right, what do you have to say? Bloody rascal, stay away from my fish. Your hair don't start me. Sorry about that. Something's up with the gulls today. They've been swarming this place much more than usual. They're scaring away anyone coming near here. Oh, can you imagine what havoc they would wreak on those stuck-up cruise ship tourists? Ho, ho, ho. Anyway, let's see if I can still sell for a bit. Oh, you're killing me. Guys, I want the display case, but I think this might be the way to go. Because if I spend $250 on the bookshelf, I can take things, make money more quickly, and at the same time, I will still have leftover money to start buying some books, seeing as how I'm completely out of crime, nearly out of fantasy, nearly out of travel. I gotta go to the shelf. That broke my heart right there. Okay, it didn't actually break my heart. I mean, it's a video game, but... Yay! Hi, cutie. Hi. Oh, hi. Yay. Who's my favorite boy? Yes, you are. Oh, wait, before I forget, I have a little something for you. Yes! Garlic braid. Love it. Plus 1% to fantasy. Ta-da! Got your favorite plant. It will freshen up your shop even... Well, garlic, I don't know if that's freshening up your shop, but... I wanted to do something nice for you since you did me such a big favor when we met. Make sure you hang it up, all right? I promise people will love it. Yay. Can't wait for the next flea market. It was so much fun to help out at the Horticultural Society last time. Will the bookshop be there again? It seemed like people were really interested last time. Come on, you should go. Let's hang out there, all right? We will hang out there. Coffee and music are all going. Romantic, character-driven. Cleopatra and Frankenstein. It's not horror. Funny, messy, and moving. Explores love, identity, and friendship. There you go. You have fun with that, Anne. Now we've got a good recommendation. Probably should have waited till some more people were in the shop to take that, although I see no one. Get in the store, woman. Move faster. And you're leaving already? Bye. Here comes Harper. Some coffee. Hey, do you have a fish for me too? I want to try and feed the seagulls. If I can train them to listen to me, I'll probably become the greatest ornithologist ever. I mean, bird watching is for beginners. Let's get a bird army. She always has grand plans, doesn't she, that Harper? Oh, I just realized the seagull just went flying in. He landed. Look at him. Oh, it's legitimately him? Might have something for you tomorrow? Wait, what was I supposed to do with a seagull? I couldn't give it the fish. I tried clicking on it. Another seagull just flew in here, by the way. Oh. What a lovely, cute birdhouse. How lovely. But tell me, dear, how are you faring today? I see the shop is doing well. I quite like your selection. I still have some shopping to do for Miriam's present. She always relies on everyone forgetting her birthday since it's the day after the bonfire. But I can be just as stubborn as her. She'll get a present from me every year, whether she likes it or not. Klaus's stuff ended. Okay. It's another seagull. Here. Here, go learn physics. What are we even doing here? All right, here we go. An actual person. Political message. I wouldn't mind a whodunit. Well, I can try to get you a political message, but you ain't getting no whodunit today. Do I have? She always likes classics. Okay, here we go. The injustice of women who are financially dependent and infantilized by their husbands. That's a political message, is it not? Or is that just socioeconomic kind of thing? You know what? Let's try it. Not the Canterville ghost. Here. I'm a bit surprised, but I feel radicalized. I don't know if I'd go that far, Tilda. All right, Fern's here, so we should sell some of our fantasy, probably. He bought a travel book. I was just about to brew another pot of coffee. Then it dawned on me that most everybody was already done. So interestingly, we're up to $123, despite the fact that I just spent $250. But we have to buy books. We're kind of at the place where we have to buy books. Let's see what our stock's like when we get back. Nightmare fuel. That tends to be crime. They're so expensive. I'm down to one travel book. Is this what I think it is? 50 crime books. Oh, essential plays. Yeah. We got a new item, which is what? Oh, right. What am I thinking? There you go. There's a little garlic. Coffee pot is going to have to go. Check that out. I think the bells can still go out. Nope, we're officially out of places. I'd rather have the bell than the fish. Well, I guess it depends on where we're going. This might be the point in time where we end up having to go to the table. We do have crime books now. So we should be able to go to some of the places. So we're still low on fantasy. Fantasy and travel. So we would probably be looking at cafe. Might be a good place to go. Not Far Beach. Probably not Mega March. And not the Lighthouse. Oof. We're gonna have a problem that day. Yeah, so probably we're going to end up going to, I imagine the first place we will be going next time is going to be Cafe Liberté, which probably actually, now that I think about it, means that we will be able to take out Klaus's. We'll be able to take that out. And then, does the fish actually have anything? No, we'll probably leave it out because it's +2 to travel, in fact, and -2 to all others. So it's good at the beach, but at the waterfront, but it's not really great anywhere else. So, all right, guys, but that is going to be it for this one. If you're enjoying this, feel free to actually hit that like button. I appreciate all the interactions. Obviously, it all helps with the YouTube algorithm. And hopefully we'll be jumping back in here soon. So thanks, guys, for joining, and I will catch you guys in the next one.